Mark was not only the producer and protector of Truly Madly Deeply, also appearing in it as chief non-speaking ghost, but he was also, for the last 7 years, my next-door neighbour. His Muse house backs onto our basement garden. His kitchen window and roof terrace have panoramic views of our continuing attempts to introduce plant and bird life, except that there is mottled glass in the kitchen window, and the part of the terrace that looks down on us remained resolutely uninhabited. Absolute discretion, absolute rigour, in life as in art. I trained the Trachospermum, like I even know what I'm talking about, but trained it carefully around his window, but as spring moves into summer, it and the Acer in the corner start to impinge. Cue for a message on my answer machine. Hello, neighbour. The voice that seemed to advance and retreat at the same time. We knew you were in town, and we heard your tones. Obviously, I'd been yelling. Immediately, I feel about 12. Sorry, Mark. You had the most articulate use of the word I've ever heard. It could encompass everything from all things considered that might be achievable to on your bike. Within minutes, after you'd said, the leaves around the window, within minutes I was up a ladder clipping. And it was the same on the set. He was the perfect producer for Anthony Minghella, whose first film this was, and whose first word to all of us on day one was help. Mark gave that to him in the subtlest of spades, not just in an expert practical sense, but also through his unerring taste. And years later, he was the definitive moderator when Juliet Stevenson and I braved an NFT Q&A session. He managed somehow to appear curious and detached about a project of which he was clearly so proud. Moderator, collaborator, producer, neighbour, and enormous loss.
How's your Spanish?
What?
There's a poem I wanted you to translate. I read it. There's a bit that I wanted to tell you, and I wanted you to hear.
Okay.
Perdóname.
Forgive me.
Si tú no vives.
I know this poem. If you are not living.
Si tú, querida, amor mío, si tú te has muerto.
If you, beloved, my love, if you have died.
Todas las hojas caerán en mi pecho.
All the leaves will fall on my breast.
Lloverá sobre mi alma, noche y día.
It will rain on my soul all night, all day.
Mis pies querrán marchar hacia donde tú duermes.
My feet will want to march to where you are sleeping. Your accent's terrible.
Pero seguiré vivo.
My feet will want to march to where you are sleeping, but I shall go on living.
Do you want me to go?
No, never, 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 never.
This is a poem by James Fenton, and in its quiet, private, headmasterly way, it sounds like Mark and perhaps sums up the film. This is where I came from. I passed this way. This should not be shameful or hard to say. A self is a self. It is not a screen. A person should respect what he has been. This is my past, which I shall not discard. This is the ideal. This is hard.